Where's So I did talk about the Guru, and so just to clarify, so what really, what we really should think, what really it is, so that yeah, so yeah, so that Lama Tongchen, that's why I explain tomorrow afternoon. Yeah, so tomorrow the Kasare. I mean, often not leave so much at the end, so maybe tomorrow, yeah, afternoon, I'll talk some Kasare. In front of in the public as well, talk about the Sangha, importance of morality, preserving morality, and the benefits and shortcomings, and so not only not that talk is only lay people also have to understand, even they're not Sangha, they have to understand the benefits and the shortcomings, and then so no question about the Sanghas, but even lay people have to understand. So it's very important. Then also they can, so that they can respect the Sangha. So see, if you have opportunity to create so much good karma, merit so much, so then respect the Sangha, it helps. So that's why Thailand, Sri Lanka, Thailand and Sri Lanka, Brahma, so we see. Well, at one time it happened because me to fly from Thailand to somewhere, I don't know where, in the morning, 6 o'clock. They have to go to the airport. So after the dusk, after the light starts, then all the monks come out for alms in the very early morning. Then I thought, oh, if I'm in Thailand, I wouldn't be able to come in such an early morning for alms. I thought we'll stay in the bus, as we're going by bus to the airport. All the the Sanghas were outside for alms at 6 o'clock. After light came, so very early morning. So the ladies, they're holding the food in the tray like this, in the road, on the platform, road, not the main road, car drive, but they were people walk. So they kneel down, they hold the tray with food like this, offering Sangha. All of that, in all the Theravada countries, they're like that. So, when the Sangha come, but the lay people also know the many lay people, many men, they have idea of the precepts. So if the monk does some wrong way, then many because they have system, you see, even one day to be a monk, or 3 weeks, or 3 months, or to be a monk like that. You see, so many lay people, they've been Sangha a certain number of days. So many lay people know the vows. So this is some monks doing improper things. So the lay people know. So so they very high respect. Because when the Sangha is walking some distance like this, they respect they respect us like Buddha. They're seeing Buddha, kind of like that. They kneel down, respect. Was very amazed. Well, in the West, it's the first, is the beginning. Well, now it's not the whole society, but it's just more than 10 years ago. So they slowly coming to know in the West. The Buddhists and the Sangha, it's a new country, so it takes time, and not that people know about it, because the culture is very opposite, different, opposite Western culture, and so so it's kind of it's kind of slowly, then kind of more people come to understand. So it takes time to, because those countries, it has been kind of a culture for so many years. So many, probably 100 years. So it's a totally different country. Because to think of basic Buddhism is karma. Basic Buddhism is karma. So why people why they put so much in the offering? That's because thinking karma. Collect good karma, and the Sangha is a powerful object from the offering. So much good karma, so easy to collect, and so much. If you do it, collect so much unbelievable good karma. That because thinking karma, basic Buddhism, thinking karma. That's how they highly respect. In my view, it's like seeing Buddha. The Sangha is coming from there. You kneel down here and like that. Kind of that. But but doesn't seem much. The nuns in Theravada countries, nuns are. Well, I saw some nuns in Sri Lanka. Kandy was Buddhist. And I don't know. It seems much less, and not much. People do not have, as they worship the Sangha monks, nuns. But in Chinese, Taiwan or China, or so that's respected together. Chinese nuns and monks respected together. So that's why many nuns in Taiwan, and so I'm sure in Chinese, but in Taiwan, yes, and the other Chinese countries, many Chinese nuns. So they are all like that. So in the West, now it has been, it has been 10 years longer, slowly. I mean, it's a new place for Sangha, which involved in renunciation, practice renunciation. So it's a totally new culture in the West, totally new thing. They don't know. So I mean, in the West, there were some people in England many years ago living. There was some cave, not a big rock, small rock, and there's some why one person can meditate inside something. So I think some student went to meditate there in the rock. So then some, I think news people, then the outside people came. Then they made some comments that is not they don't know about it. So they think something wrong with the person's mind. So if they similar about the cave, even enlightened, you see, completely the whole part live in the cave, then they will think, oh, must be wrong. Must be something wrong with the mind, must go to mental issue. Even it's enlightened, oh, must go to mental issue, something wrong, they will think like that. So it's like countries like that, you understand. So it is very abnormal to be in the cave in the West. So. But I saw in France, I don't know which name, Kyabje Khunu Lama Rinpoche. We brought the first time that Khunu Lama Rinpoche to give mainly did with tongue commentaries to teaching initiations. So one country, I think the place where is a very old place where kitchen nuns place. The people come to do retreat, I think. So we had to course there. Then there's in the hillside, there's a nun who lived there for 30 years in the cave. One nun. But it was very rare, so rare in the kitchen. They are live in the caves. There was one nun lived 30 years in the cave. Yeah. So people go there as a holy being. I think it's a holy being cave, so they go to see there. So I don't know the name. So I went there. We went there. So like that. Yeah. So in England, near Madhushiri Institute, yeah, I heard that. So somebody lived in the cave there, some small rocks, and then people came. Outside people came. They thought it's something wrong with the patients. Mind went crazy or like that. You see, kind of interpret like that. So anyway, no, there wasn't a monk. There was a lay person who tried to meditate in the cave. So it was like that. Anyway, so what I'm saying, but I'll talk, by the way, so I must mention now here, even though it's part of some other subject, but just one story there. So in a long time, ancient time, in India, one man who had nothing offered for Sangha medicinal food. It is mentioned in the Liberation Palm in your hand. So some of you might remember. So offered, didn't have anything, so he offered medicinal food for Sangha. They're not Arya being who had a real direct perception of emptiness, not like that. Less followers or less part Arya Sangha. It's not that, not Arya Sangha. They're ordinary Sangha, but living the vow, ordinary Sangha, living the 250 vow, and then, four monks, ordinary Sangha. So this man who had nothing offered medicinal food for monk, ordinary Sangha. So just that, very kind of simple offering all of that. But the result of what happened in the next life, then he was born as a king in India, King Kashika. King Kashika, India, most wealthy, most powerful king in India, King Kashika. Oh, he was born to. So the result is unbelievable like that. But the karma is something very small, very simple, very small, nothing complicated. Very small, just I don't know what kind of medicine food, but just only four monk, ordinary monk. That's it. That's one time, just one time, not every day or 100 times or not like that. Just one time. What is that? Oh, then the next life, he was born as king in the King Kashika, the most wealthy, most powerful, like that. Just offering one time. Cause is very simple. It's just very simple like that. Like that. So while you're in samsara, it's like that. While you're in samsara. So it also depends on your motivation. Anyway, then should go the ending with the Dharma Sangha, then Kachore, from the power, even from your side, the mind, what Buddha said, phenomena is created by the mind. Mind is principle before the action of body and speech and so forth. So even it didn't become Dharma normally, first the mind has to become Dharma, then after your motivation becomes Dharma, then your actions, whatever you do with the body, speech, mind, then become Dharma. But here, with the Dharma Sangha, even your mind didn't become Dharma, circumambulation or prostration or offerings to Buddha Dharma Sangha, or statue, stupa, stupa, scripture, Buddha. And then the circumambulation or prostration, make offerings. Even statues, stupas, scripture become cause of enlightenment. Even the mind didn't become Dharma, but by the power of a holy object, become virtue, become the cause of enlightenment. So that's unbelievable. So no question with the exclusive Dharma Sangha. All like that. So example like that, unbelievable. So So that's now you can see in those Theravada countries why they respect when they say Manga, like saying Buddha or Kasure. Yeah, so the unbelievable respect. So much they creating good karma to make offering the food and so forth. So like that. That's culture. I think it's perhaps, maybe, perhaps, yes, Tibet have respect for Sangha, of course. But sometimes in Theravada countries even more, I think. Because I think for probably hundreds of years, the understanding the karma, you create virtue with a powerful object. And so I think that, so long the country has been so long practice that, engage in that. So, 네, 가서래. 가서래. That's respecting the vows. Somebody who's living the vows, and you respect. So basically that. So how many vows keeping? I mean the Kitsul Galong. So 30 vows, 250 vows. So Galong was, I think, 363, 363, I think. 363, something like that, Galama vows. 63 or 64. I'm not sure. Then the last one, maybe 63, maybe more. So Galama is the unbelievable number. Unbelievable. Unbelievable number. What the Shantideva mentioned in the Bodhichitta prayer, the nuns to be harmonious and particularly harmonious and something else, I forgot now. Harmonious and something else in the prayer, nuns' prayer. So that, even though it is a long time ago, Shantideva knows. So, so in Bendigo, Neil and worried, when I become older, when I become older, there's nothing to material sources. I mean, means of living when I become old, and Neil used to think like that. Or not, I don't think about Sangha, but some Sangha. So then I thought, Bendigo, all the nuns, monks area, we built a house there, Australia, for them to live. With the to look after. So you see, you have created building and then to look after those ideas. So I wanted to build something with the Sangha. But the nuns, they don't want to come back there. They want to stay there, wherever they are now. After the meeting, they nobody want to come to stay there. They want to stay where they are now. So they're happy with that. So it was like that. It's not that I didn't try, but it's like that. It's like that. So not easy. Yeah. So, but we are starting now on the civil. Yeah, civil is supposed to direct to build nuns there. The nuns to get all the nuns to the place to leave. So then slowly start so that. So that Buddhism is new in the West. Itself is not new in the world, but in the West it's new. So, so that you see, only little people know, only much less people know. So as year goes, then maybe as more people learn Buddhism, then maybe, yeah. But even you learn Buddhism, different subject. Even you learn philosophy, with many words, many things you learn. I mean, the path is extensive, and but you see the karma, basic Buddhism about karma, lamrim. You have to. That has to be root. Otherwise, you get lost in the philosophy. So if you don't know how to start Dharma, you see, you start the philosophy, but you bring into lamrim, you don't do that, then you're lost in Dharma. You see, it's not very extensive, but you see, then you don't think karma. If you don't study lamrim, don't know lamrim, then you don't think karma. Or you see, the basic Dharma practice you don't have, so only studying words. So it becomes like that. Your life becomes empty, and no practice. No subduing mind, not taking care of your mind. So just learning a lot of words, and so becomes like that. If you are studying Dharma, kachite, facing outside. If you're studying Dharma, facing inside, kanangde, then it's, everything, whatever you study, becomes beneficial for your mind. So, but if you're studying outwardly, or you're studying kachide, facing outside, then, then just learn lots of words, and then you see the practice is not there, subject mind is not there, the lamrim practice is not there, and the life, living on the basis of karma, abandon as much as possible non-virtue, as much as possible practice good karma, cause for happiness, cause after enlightenment, cause happiness free from law realm, and cause happiness for human being, deva, pure land, and cause happiness, ultimate happiness, liberation, cause happiness, enlightenment. all good karma. So, you see, everyday life, in everyday life, even you are outside, or even you are inside your house, your room, there's always way to collect good karma. Wherever you are, even you are in the shop, even you are sightseeing, even you are pilgrimage, or it's no question pilgrimage, but that's unbelievable also Dharma, especially you know how to practice. Even pilgrimage, how much made you collect depends on how much you know Dharma. So it depends on who makes pilgrimage, how much Dharma practice he knows, how much lamrim practice he knows, how much seven practice, how to practice seven, how much he knows, how much he and she knows. It depends on that. It depends on the person who makes pilgrimage. So anyway, even who does sightseeing, or you go outside, or wherever, shopping or what, sightseeing in the city or mountain or in the house. So you find there's always with the Bodhichitta mind you include good karma. Always with the Bodhichitta mind, you are wherever you are. If you know lamrim, if you know if you know then wherever you are, you can create Bodhichitta mind, good karma. Your Bodhichitta mind action become good karma. You can make it good karma wherever you are. So it doesn't have to only the gompa, or doesn't have to be only in the shrine room. If you drink prayer only in the gompa, or the shrine room, or the statue, or the tanga, so only that. And then if there's no tanga statue, then you can do, then you are free. You can do, you can create all. Wherever you go, whatever you do, then the Bodhisattva want to create lots of cause of samsara all the time. Where you go, get angry. You get angry when wherever you are. I mean, 3% mind, practice 3% mind, like water bubble, blah, 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 water bubble, boiling water, blah, 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 or shower, hailstorm. Anyway, you see, only the gompa, tangas, or she has to do prayer, or like this, sit like this, like this. So anyway, kind of. No, just like press. I advertise. So not like that. So as we met Dharma this time, so if you doesn't matter, you use your action bodhisattva to win virtue anywhere you are. So that's an incredible opportunity. So much opportunity. So whatever you eat, candy or whatever before that offering, the part of refuge practice. Your basic practice refuge. So by going for refuge, so there's a general 8 advice, something like that. Within that, and before you eat, drink, we make an offering. So to be the Dharma Sangha. So that's. I told you at the beginning, unbelievable merit. I told you, offering 1 seed of rice to Namadaha small and statue picture. Namadaha small, Namadaha big. Oh, sorry. That became the cause to virtue by offering the 1 seed of rice. Not only with Dharma Sangha, but even statue. picture Buddha, how small, how big is that is free from the kasure. Yeah, purifies next karma, so you don't get upon lower realm, you get upon higher realm, sorry. Yeah, such a pure land over there. And I think after, then I told the third one, don't forget, I emphasize that it causes to experience happiness, from beginningless rebirth. After now, all the happiness, that much happiness to experience again in the future. Third one, so important, don't forget. Or even offering a tiny flower or rice, or like that, one seed of rice. No, but have someone offering like that. Then of course it causes to achieve liberation, nirvana, liberation from samsara, ultimate happiness. Then after that, it causes to achieve the peerless happiness, total cessation, obscuration, and completion realization. Not only the gross, but the obscuration mainly, which interfere mainly to achieve state of omniscience. And then, then subtle cessation, even subtle obscuration, completion realization, Sangha. So you achieve, cause to achieve that. And then not only that, then after that you free the numberless sentient beings from the oceans of samsara suffering. Not only that, then you bring numberless sentient beings from each realm to bring the enlightenment. Wow, wow, wow. Unbelievable, unbelievable. What? Even over one tiny flower, they hear just one tiny flower under this. Papa, then seed of rice, one single rice, Papa. That much. So, you see, yeah, I explained that a long time ago. And then, for example, offering food before you eat. So that's Papa. They refuse it. That's 8 advice. So, for example, like that, there's so many ways to do good karma wherever you are. Wherever you are. Countryside, in the country shop, or wherever you are. So, amazing. So, that's benefit. But that's benefit to you, because you met Dharma, Buddha Dharma in this life. And then especially Mahayana Buddhism, especially Mahayana Buddhism Sutra, Mahayana Buddhism Tantra. So, amazing. Your life is full of, wow, can't imagine, then the quickest cause to method to achieving enlightenment, Lamaje. But then you don't realize how many of us, including myself, we don't realize how you are so fortunate, most fortunate. You don't realize, you don't think it. You don't think the value of the teachings. You don't think it. Normally, you don't think the value of the teachings. And you think, yes, I met, I know this, I know that, I know this, I got this, I did this teaching, that teaching, I did this, you did that. But sometimes even somebody who did. So anyway, so the Sangha, this offering to Sangha. Oh, that's unbelievable. Wow. So the So if you don't, even you are studying extensive Dharma philosophy, but you don't think lamrim, you don't think the basic Jiva Chunga, this is Jiva Chunga about karma, Jiva Chunga, Jiva Jing, the morality, Jiva Jing is a lava, some the higher training, 3 higher training of morality, 3 higher training of morality. I say morality, meditation, there's a concentration and insight. You see, then the basis is the morality. You see, so that's so important. If you want to have perfect meditation, shine, perfect meditation, then morality is the most important. You see, that should be pure. So that through that you can have insight. Then through insight, then as soon as you can have a wisdom directly perceiving emptiness, then you achieve Arya path, exalted path. So that's where you cease the seed of delusion karma, cause of samsara, you are able to cease, otherwise not. So anyway, can you think? Okay, so then rest part to tomorrow. So I just want to mention one what Kyabje Khunu Lama Rinpoche mentioned this because of commentary. The praised Bodhichitta Kyabje Devu Linjik Mijin Changsenge Devu Linjik Mijin Changsenge Namjen Partu Misi Yongsu Pel Namjen Rene Sugu Chunzenle Tamju Chajun Droge Nyugje Tamju Chajun Droge Nyugje. So what he's saying is you see, even your action become virtue, but not done with the Bodhichitta. Become Dharma, become virtue, your action, body, spirit, mind. If you not not done with Bodhichitta, then you see what happens is even it has a result, happiness, but it's only one time. Only one time you experience and finished. There's no unceasing. There's no unceasing. So it's like banana chushing. I think chushing might have several meanings. Looks like so basically it's I think a banana tree. So the fruit comes out. Banana fruit comes out and then it dies. So there's no fruit coming again from the same tree. From this tree, another fruit comes out. There's no, so it dies. It dies, and then maybe comes again. I don't know. I'm not sure. It grows up again. Tree, then bring fruit. So that I'm not 100% sure whether fruit comes again. I mean the tree grow again, not. I don't know. The old one gets rotten or something like that. So even if it becomes virtue, Dharma, the result is only one time. So even it's not destroyed by anger, if there is, even that didn't get destroyed by anger completely, if it didn't get dedicated merit to achieving enlightenment, then if it didn't dedicate merit to achieving enlightenment, then then if the anger did not destroy the merits, otherwise, if it didn't dedicate merit to achieving enlightenment person, then what happens is the anger rises, then totally destroys. Totally destroyed, like burned rice. You can't plant that to grow rice again. So like that. So even it becomes Dharma, virtue, it got destroyed because since it's not dedicated to achieving enlightenment, the person doing, as totally get destroyed by anger. So, and of course, if you don't practice patience, if you're not putting effort in the practice of patience in daily life, so anger rises any time. So easy. Our mind has been habituated from beginningless birth. Habituated. Then, of course, a person who practices patience is more habituated in patience, then easy to practice control the anger. So that individually, that. But generally, you see, then our mind has been habituated most with anger, with the three-person mind. So that. So the virtue done by the Bodhichitta, not like those other virtues give only one result, even the didn't get destroyed by anger, only one result and the finish. So like that, it's all other virtues. But the virtue that they dedicate to achieving enlightenment with the Bodhichitta, then it is unceasing. The virtue done with the Bodhichitta is unceasing. Unceasing until you achieve omniscient mind. It's unceasing. Always increases. Continuously increases until you achieve enlightenment. All the time. It doesn't decrease, it doesn't cease. It always increases. Virtue done with Bodhichitta, dedicated to merit for enlightenment. Namje Patu Misi Yungsvel. So until you achieve this mind, it increases unceasingly. Namje Rene Sugu Chundenle. After achieving a state of omniscience, Sugu Chundenle, then you see that's Dhammakaya, transcendental wisdom of Dhammakaya. Dhammakaya is two. Transcendental wisdom of Dhammakaya, and then Sambhavakaya. Because of the ultimate nature of the transcendental wisdom of Dhammakaya, the omniscience. Then the ultimate nature of the Dhamma, transcendental wisdom of Dhammakaya, the Sambhavakaya, Muvanyiku. Both are Dhammakaya. So the Namjen Rene Sugu Chunzen, after achieving omniscience, then from the Rubakaya, and the Chukusuku, Rubakaya and Dhammakaya, so after achieving omniscience, and then It's from the water holder, Chinjin water holder, there's a cloud. There's a poetry, poem, name. Chinjin means Ragachosa Ponte, Ragvar Chosa Ponte, like Lama Tsongkhapa, 100 hours Bodhichitta, Ragars, extremely white, like Chosa Pungdes, like piled up, heaped up, yellow yogurt, curd. Rabgar, extremely white, Rabgar Chosa Pungde, like that, on top of that water holder, the water holder is a cloud. So after achieving oneness, then out of the water holder, the Rubakaya. So water holder, they even use the example of Rubakaya. From that, then you see the rainfall of Dharma, holy Dharma comes. From the water holder of the Rubakaya, holy body of the Buddha, and then rainfall of holy Dharma, rainfall of holy Dharma comes, you see, falls. The rainfall of holy Dharma. Tamje chachi, droge nyuguje. Then in the in the mind of the draw is the center, migratory beings, transmigratory beings, draw. Transmigratory beings, draw. Why it's called draw, transmigratory being? Because you see the life is totally under the control of delusion karma, cause of samsara, delusion karma, totally under the control of karma delusion. So, being totally under the control of karma delusion, then no freedom at all. They migrate in the 6 realms. The hell, hunger, was animal, human being, sura, asura. The 6 realms, one of the realms, all the time. Then is a chance to migrate. No freedom at all. So from beginningless rebirth, not only freedom that time, but no freedom from beginningless rebirth, from beginningless rebirth. No freedom, even for 1 second. No freedom, even for 1 second. So totally under control of karma delusion. Then migrate, then suffer. Not just migrate, but then suffer. You experience what you experienced numberless times from beginningless, then you experience again, without meeting Dharma, then endless you experience suffering of the suffering of 6 without end, you suffer. So that's the most scary thing. Then in them, so those are transmigratory, dola. So other meaning of draw is once you've taken birth, once you've taken birth, from that split second, then you see into the death, into the moment of death, then continuously, not only every second, every split second, then die. So fast going towards death. So fast going towards the death all the time. While eating, while maybe kaka pipi, or walking, sleeping, fast going towards death. So draw. That's one meaning of draw. So, Goyi, transformation. Then, in their mind, you see, like the plants, by the rain of the Holy Dharma, falling, then in the mind transmigrating, kasane. The plants plants of virtue grows up. You see, plants of virtue, plants of the path, realization, the path. But listening, understand Dharma, reflecting, meditation, the realization is the growth. Plants of this realization path, you see? The virtue, so that inclusive, so grows in the mind to the transmigration. New good get developed. Then goes to enlightenment, you see, completed and achieve enlightenment. So ultimately, you see, then bring sentient beings. You see, Bodhichitta, even there's no actual Bodhichitta, but motivation. So, see, virtues clutch with that, and then brings us in, and you see, ultimately, brings us sentient beings. That's right. So from that you achieve enlightenment. By achieving Dharmakaya, then the Rupakaya, the water holder, the clouds, the Rupakaya. From there, the Holy Dharma comes. Then you teach Holy Dharma to the sentient beings. Then the plant of virtue develops in the heart of from the heart of the sentient. Transmigrating. You bring them to enlightenment. You bring numberless helpers, numberless hungers, numberless animals, numberless imvi, numberless surabha, numberless intimacies. So, because even you see ants or tiny insects now here, wherever, whatever, something hard to believe. Something hard to believe. All those things you bring to enlightenment. With the Bodhichitta, they regenerate now. Then you collect virtue. So with that, see, you collect virtue with Bodhichitta, and you dedicate the virtue to achieving enlightenment person. So from the root, from the Bodhichitta, then you're bringing through yourself achieving life. Then you bring every sentient being that you see, you bring it to enlightenment. So every sentient being that you see inside the flowers, or just now, right now, see. On the table, or right now around you, see, outside or inside, or any sentient being you see, birds or dogs, cats, or they are bringing to enlightenment. with this present, present, you see, motivation, the Bodhichitta, even with the motivation, without counting actual Bodhichitta. So like that. So you're bringing, you're bringing to enlightenment. So it has to depend on the whole evolution, how that happens. You know, because without cause conditions, enlightenment doesn't happen. So that you have to see your Bodhichitta or your genetic motivation, how that evolution become evolution, that every sentence being from a sixth realm, numberless helpings like that, each realm. Then you're bringing them to enlightenment. Yes, so that you see. Then you are most happy. Then you can see your life. You can see your life, how your life is most beneficial for something with Bodhichitta. You can see now. Then your life is not kind of simple, or even you practice Buddhism, but very simple, not like that. So unbelievable with Bodhichitta. Life practice of Bodhichitta, even just motivation. Can you imagine? Wow, you are bringing to enlightenment every sentient that you see, inside, outside, every insect. Now without tiny it is. You're bringing. So you can see you're bringing to enlightenment. Yes, you can see now. You can see now you're bringing them to enlightenment. You see, so like that. So most amazing your life. Our life, you see. Having met Buddha Dharma, not just having met Mahayana Buddhism through that, because of that. We have met Mahayana Buddhism. You have to know that. You have to realize that. Then you can see how you're so fortunate this life. I met Mahayana Buddhism. Unbelievable, most unbelievable. Okay, so that. Then kachore. Then kachore. Most free, number of sentient beings, most precious, most kind, most dear, which every sentient being free from oceans or some sort of suffering. Bring to enlightenment as quick as possible. Then I must achieve enlightenment as quick as possible. Then going to go and take that kachore. Come to the Vajrayana path.